John, this is case number 295 on the calendar, the matter of Denning versus DeVellin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mrs. Denning, this is your daughter, is that right?
Yes, she is.
One face. You don't see it. It's like looking in a mirror.
She's much prettier.
She's younger. That's all. That's all. Just younger. She's lucky if she's your age and she turns out as nice looking as you are. Anyway, this is your daughter and this is your nephew.
Yes.
And it is your claim that your nephew took advantage of your daughter, sold a computer that you had given her, used a credit card. Your daughter's 18, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I haven't heard what she has to say about it, but your nephew, who has had some history, according to you, with the law and had been incarcerated for 9 years?
No.
How long?
7.
7 years. Was back to his old tricks and really took property that didn't belong to him and used a credit card without permission. He says that your daughter had some trouble. She needed some money. She sold him the computer. He sold it to somebody else.
Yes.
And he did use her credit card, gave her the money
Yes.
for the things that he used, and he has done absolutely nothing wrong. Now, Kim, there came a time when you left your mother's home, is that right?
Yes.
When was that?
June 30th?
June of 2004.
Yes.
Where did you go?
I was going to pick up my cousin to have him go with me to Texas.
You were going to Texas. Where did you live?
At that time, I was with my grandma.
How long had you been with your grandmother?
A couple weeks.
How come?
I just wanted to live with my grandma.
Had you had an argument with your mother?
I just didn't want to have her curfew anymore.
Kim, did you have an argument with your mother?
Yes.
All right. Now, you picked up your cousin, and he was taking you to Texas. Or you were driving to Texas, but to see your boyfriend. Why were you taking your cousin with you?
I didn't want to go alone.
Is that so far correct?
Yeah.
Now, what credit card bills, Kim, do you say Alan racked up on your credit cards that he didn't pay you for?
I allowed him to use my Sears credit card once, and I gave him the card, and he never paid to make the payments, and he never made a payment on that.
What was he supposed to buy on the Sears credit card?
The only purchase that I said he could use was for some tires for his truck, and he said he would pay me back as soon as he got his first paycheck.
And how much were the tires on his truck?
They were $300 and something, ma'am.
$383.
Could you give up the money back?
I've been paying payments, you know, to my aunt and my cousin.
That's a lie.
Shh.
Yeah, right.
Show me.
I don't have any receipts from her. My aunt was supposed to drop them off at my grandmother's house.
Oh, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Listen, Miss
right.
Denning, if you speak out again, I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Been warned?
Yes,
Warned?
yes,
You understand?
I do.
Don't speak to him.
I also have a thing from Sears credit card where I took full responsibility of the credit card.
Let me see.
Here you go. From City Financial.
Let me see that.
Okay, this says the balance amount is $484.68. Part of that was for tires.
Right.
And part of it was for what else?
There was, I think, like a mattress cover on there and a watch.
So, Alan, you agree that these are your purchases?
Yes, I do.
So it doesn't make any difference, Alan, whether you pay this money to the plaintiff so that she makes sure that her credit is clean and not having to rely on you, right?
Well, if I'm paying the credit card company...
Listen to me, Alan. It wouldn't make any difference to you whether you paid the credit card company or whether you paid the plaintiff. Just because you agreed to accept responsibility doesn't mean that they're letting her off the hook.
I'm not saying that
here.
they're letting her off the hook. They already tried to file criminal charges on me on all this. That takes it out of their name and puts it in mine.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I've already talked to the Sears.
Alan, my dear, that is not what it says. All it says is you've agreed to take responsibility for it. That doesn't say that if you don't pay, they cannot go against the card holder. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Good. So you owe a $484.68. What else?
There was a JCPenney's that I had bought him some clothes from there, and he said he would also pay those back, and he never paid that back either.
How much was that?
That came to $97.15.
No, I have no knowledge of that.
Show me.
All we have is the credit card statement and the payment, because he had gave me $60 and we made a payment towards that.
So he gave you money.
$60. That was all he had
Gave a lot
given me
more
the
than
whole
that.
time.
Shh. What else?
The computer.
There was also my computer that I had taken over to his house that he had sold. It had a computer lock on it, a security lock, and he hooked it up and asked me if I could take the code off. So I took the code off of it, and then at that time he had sold his computer to his mother. And then a few days later, my computer was gone, and there was a brand new Dell flat screen computer that was sitting in his camper. And when I asked him where mine was, he said it was in his truck. And then I didn't think anything of it, and that weekend I went to Indy and stayed with my mom for that weekend. And then when I got back, that's when I found out that he had sold it to his girlfriend's father for $100.
Go.
Okay, on the computer, she came down. You know, the computer sat back in my truck for I think about a week. It was 90-degree heat. The flat screen got ruined. Sent into the shop. Okay, on the other part of it, she had me going around the pawn shop trying to sell it to get the best price, so I just gave her $50 for it.
What do you mean she had you going around the pawn
Yeah, she
shop?
tried to get me to sell it in front of my aunt, my mother, and everybody. Everybody knew
Did you
about
try
this.
to get him to sell the computer?
No, ma'am.
Oh, jeez, damn lie.
I believe you probably did. You know why? Because you looked all around when you said no, ma'am. Miss Denning, you know nothing about it. Nothing. All you know is that your teenage daughter left home because she didn't like the rules. She went to her grandmother's house. She left her grandmother's house. She hooked up with her cousin. And then when she decided to come home, she's got to put together something that makes sense out of what she was doing when she was out of your home. So I'm not so sure that she didn't try to sell this computer because he already had a computer, because she needed some cash. But where is the computer now?
The computer is at the Putnam County Sheriff's Department if they haven't already picked it up. Because when they filed charges, I went down and bought it back from her dad, which was $150 where I bought it back. I got the receipt from him, and this is the property receipt for the computer.
Can I see it, please?
From the Sheriff's Department.
Can I see it, please?
You said he sold it for $100.
No.
What kind of computer did you have?
The monitor was Samsung, the tower was HP, and the printer was Concord or Cord. Or
It's at the sheriff's office. So you take this and you go and get your computer back.
Yeah, they said they tried to
don't have the
contact her
monitor
several
down.
times.
Ma'am, they don't have the monitor to the computer.
It's not on here.
The monitor.
They know what happened to the monitor. It got fried sitting in the back of my truck from 90-degree heat. I took it to the shop. As I explained to them, it was going to cost $200 some odd, and they wanted me to go buy it.
Okay. That's what's there, madam. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Go get it. You owe her $484.68. Instead of paying it to the credit card company, you give it to her so she can clean up her credit. Do you
Okay.
understand? Do you? Listen
No,
to me.
I have a question. If I've already made arrangements with the credit card company and they say they can sue me over this, which is the liability form and all that other stuff, how do I pay them, then turn around and pay them too?
No.
I'm not
No,
doing
no,
it.
no, listen! What I am telling you, sir, is the bank, while it says it's very nice that you agree to accept full responsibility, still has the ability to go against Kim, who signed the papers. You see, they're not relieving her of liability. They're just saying, oh, that's nice, we'll come against you first. But if you can't pay, we're going against her. And what I'm saying to you is you don't have to pay twice, only once. She is going to make the payment of $484 and change, and then you're off the hook. Do you understand? Off the hook with the credit card company, and she doesn't have to rely on your goodwill to make the payments. Do I make myself clear? All I want to know, not whether you agree with it. You don't have to agree.
Yeah, I know.
This
No, I
isn't
don't.
that kind of an arrangement that you and I have, sir. You don't have to agree.
Oh, I know
All
that.
I'm asking you is, do you understand
Yeah, I
what I
understand.
said? Good. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $484.63. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He signed his own name to some of the credit cards, but I didn't even authorize the purchases too.
She's lying through her teeth, you know, on everything she says.
She just tried to help him out, and he abused his family.
My family's neurotic.
He paid $60, and that was it. He's been in prison for, what, 9 years?
Don't do business or anything with family, you know.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Amperan versus Lyle. Step forward, please.
Dental assistant Olivia Amperin is suing her former live-in boyfriend, business owner Alan Lyle, for the return of a barbecue pit and a chair and ottoman set. Olivia also claims Alan assaulted her 9-year-old son.
Miss Apparam, how long did you and the defendant live together?
15 months.
And he moved into your house?
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes, I do have 2.
How old are they?
12 and 9.
Was Mr. Lyle a reasonable companion with regard to the children?
No.
Okay. According to your complaint, there was an incident in September
That's correct.
involving one of your children. Was that the 12-year-old or the 9-year-old?
The 9-year-old.
Where you claim that Mr. Lyle hit him.
That's correct.
And you called the police and had him removed from the house. What day was that?
It was the 7th.
And then it is your claim that he came back into the house and he took some of your property. He took a barbecue pit, a chair, and a lamp. And you say that you purchased all these things, you paid
Yes.
for these things. Mr. Lyle says he only took what was his. And you also want some sort of damage because you say that he hit your 9-year-old son, slapped him.
That's correct.
So tell me what happened on September 7th.
It was in the evening. We had come home, myself and my 2 children. We drove up. The door to the front of the house was open. Everything was open. So we proceeded into the house, myself and my children, and I told them because of the situation that we were in, living with Alan Lyle, that just to go into your rooms, don't answer to him, just do what I ask you to do to avoid any confrontation. So they did so. As I proceeded into my bedroom, he was there with a duffel bag. I simply asked him a question as to where are you packing, where are you going? And he started telling me I have no right to ask him where he's going, whether he's coming for me to get the F and with my children, go over there. I have go sleep with your children, go sleep with your gay son. He's a mama's boy. He'll never amount to anything, and he just kept on with those things. So I went ahead and went out from the room to my son's bedroom, and I comforted him because he did hear these things. Alan then went outside to the garage, and I didn't tell you this before, but when I came home that night, he was under the influence of alcohol and marijuana, and I went outside. We began to argue. He turned around and said for me to get the hell back in the house, go to sleep, and he proceeded again to tell me that if you don't get back into the house, I'm going to go and tell your son how you brought him into the world with your legs spread open.
Nasty things.
Yes, nasty things. And he went into my son's bedroom and turned around and got him up against the bedroom corner and smacked him across the face 3 times. I told him for him to stop or I was going to call the cops.
Why did he do that?
He was angry with just the whole situation of how we were living.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I think that you are a less than honorable human being. That's my sense of you, and I've only met you for a relatively short time, but those people who know me know that I'm a pretty good judge of character.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Olivia Amperin says ex-boyfriend Alan Lyle owes for the return of a barbecue pit and a chair and ottoman set.
So you called the police?
Right, and I do want to say that when he was outside, I was very, very angry, and I know as a mother I shouldn't have told my son to curse at him, but my son did curse at him, and he didn't want to, so I believe either that made him angry, also with everything else. So he came into the house,
There had to be a reason, otherwise there would not be logic to it if he just walked inside and slapped him in the face. So he slapped him in the face because he cursed at you.
Right.
Is that what happened? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. Now, tell me about the property. Let's start with the chair and the ottoman.
Right. He was given 1 day to come back.
Who purchased the chair and the ottoman?
I did, and I have receipts. And
May I see it, please? I'll hear you.
We both went together to Wix and purchased it. Her grandmother co-signed for her to get a Wix card. She picked out the couches. We went throughout the whole store. I sat in every chair. I'm a big guy. I took a picture of the chair. I have a picture.
I just want to know who paid for it.
It was purchased on her credit card, but after the fact that we went home, we moved into our place on May 1st. So we purchased our furniture in May.
Right.
Throughout the months, I had given her $100, $200 here and there, just for the chair. Everything else was on her account, the couches and stuff, because it was agreed that if I was to ever leave, that I would be taking the chair and the lamp.
How did you deal with your finances when you lived together?
She was working, I was working.
How did you take care of the rent?
She paid half, I paid half. I gave her half of the money, and then she would write the check for it in full because she had the checking account.
How much did you give her?
I gave her $750 in rent, and then the agreement was to pay half of the utilities, but I ended up paying all of them.
Did he give you $750 for rent?
Yes, he did.
Who paid for the food?
Both of us.
Is that right?
No, Your Honor. He wasn't working. When we moved into this house together, he was not working. I put down the down payment, and I put the first and last month.
When you moved into this apartment, sir, where were you working?
When we first moved in, I was doing freelance jobs, getting hired here and there to do subcontracting work.
How many months was it before you got a full-time job?
3.5 months, middle of September.
I say November.
So May, June, July, August, so for 5 months you weren't working. Is that what you're telling me?
4.5 months, yes.
Did you ever make up your half of the rent for those 4.5 months?
Not fully.
No. Is not an answer.
No, not fully the $750, no.
Why not?
Well, because on top of that, I was taking care of her 2 kids, making sure they were maintained in school, doing their schoolwork. So childcare, basically.
Mr. Lyle, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Now, you give her back the ottoman and the chair. She bought it. She paid for it in May of 2003. You sitting in it doesn't make it yours, sir. Now, let's get to the barbecue. Who purchased the barbecue?
I did.
When?
In June. I was going to have a 4th of July barbecue. We didn't have a barbecue pit. I went out to Home Depot.
Let me see it.
Down at the bottom.
June 27th. Yes, sir, I'm hearing about the barbecue pit. Go.
She said that she purchased, that she went there by herself and bought it. That's incorrect.
No, she didn't say she went there by herself, sir.
Yes, she did.
It doesn't make any difference whether she went there with the whole Coxie army, sir, whether she went there with Ringling Brothers.
That was a Father's Day gift to me.
You're not a father.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're an idiot. Listen, the truth of the matter is, I really can't deal with
Just
it.
because I'm not a father
I'm going to tell you something else.
I am a father.
I want to tell you something else, sir. I don't even trust you to return these items to her in good condition, because I think that you are a less than honorable human being. That's my sense of you, and I've only met you for a relatively short time.
Exactly.
But those people who know me know that I'm a pretty good judge of character. You took these things that didn't belong to you. You sat in the chair, doesn't make it your chair. Because you grilled a hamburger, doesn't make it your barbecue. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,400. That's all. Out!
Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yes, this is case number 243 on the calendar in the matter of Knockhart versus Jordan. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Miss Knockhart, Mr. Jordan is your former roommate, and it is your claim in this lawsuit that he owes you for a whole bunch of stuff.
Correct.
Mr. Jordan says he owes you for absolutely nothing, and you got to get on with your life. Get over it and get on with your life. When was he your roommate?
He moved in August of 2003 through June of 2004.
And how long had you known him before he became your roommate?
Probably about a month.
Was your relationship with him solely that of landlord and tenant?
No.
So you had a social relationship with him as well?
No.
What?
A love relationship?
I said social.
Social?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, is that a question?
No.
That's a statement. Okay. So you had a social relationship with him as well. Is that right, Mr. Jordan?
Not entirely, Your Honor. I sometimes slept on the couch, but for the most part, we did share a bedroom.
Okay, so you had a social relationship, but you paid rent?
No, ma'am.
You did not pay rent?
I moved in with the understanding that I would not pay rent or find any costs in her bills.
Oh, that's interesting. So you weren't a tenant because the word tenant implies that you pay rent?
Yes, ma'am.
So you just lived together? I mean, I was confused about the statements. You lived together, and he did not pay rent?
He did not pay rent, but the agreement was that he was supposed to maintain the automobile and the maintenance of that. And
whose automobile?
Mine.
Supposed to maintain a car?
Right.
Is that your agreement?
That agreement wasn't up until, let's say, January.
So from August of 2003 until January of 2004, Mr. Jordan, what you're telling me is you were just sponging.
No, Your Honor. It was all her idea.
Oh, no, I didn't know her idea. I didn't ask whose idea it was. I said, just listen to my question, Mr. Jordan. According to you, from August 2003 till January 2004, you paid no rent, you paid no bills, you paid no car insurance, you didn't have any responsibility with regard to the car. So far, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That makes you a sponge.
Okay.
Right?
I would
that means
disagree.
that as far as I'm concerned, there must be something really hidden about you that I don't see. What? Whatever. Okay. Now, he's a sponge.
Yes.
That makes you pretty dumb. Right?
No.
Sure it does. You know somebody a month, you invite them to come into your home, they pay you nothing. Must do something. Do you have a big home?
No, he was supposed to get a check that was mailed to his ex-girlfriend's house. That's why I never saw the money.
Look, you say, I met him, he moved in.
Correct.
And you agreed that he could use my car to get to and from work if he paid the insurance and the maintenance. That's what you said.
That's right.
So evidently he worked, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Usually when you have a job, you make what?
Yeah, he got fired.
Money. And when you have a job and you make money, you take care of your expenses, like rent and food and electric and gas, unless, you know, you're a sponge. So according to you, he did not pay for the insurance on the car.
No.
So why don't you throw him out?
Well, he was supposed to be getting a big check, like I said, for $2,000, and the check was mailed somewhere else instead of our residence, and he apparently spent the money.
And when did he get the check?
February.
Well, what happened in February when you knew he got the check and he spent the money on something else? Did you throw him out?
No, he had another job at that time finally and was supposed to get the paychecks. Then he got arrested, and his lawyer that he owed money to was suing him. I couldn't get any of it at that point.
At that point, what you're supposed to say is,
Go.
I am a reasonably intelligent person.
Right.
I'm living with somebody that's taking advantage of me. Get out.
Right.
Unless you're in love and everything is going to work out okay and you're really not interested in the money, you're really interested in the relationship, and the only reason you come to a point where you're interested in the money is because you're not together anymore.
No, he did start staying at a friend of his house more often.
When?
That was in May, because...
I'm talking about February, March, April.
Okay.
Nothing. Goodbye. All right. What's next? What else does he owe you money for?
A vacation that we took together and for medical bills.
All right. So let's go to the vacation. When was the vacation?
February.
Where did you go?
Las Vegas.
For how long?
February 22nd to the 29th.
You wait to drink later. And was he working at the time?
He was going to Las Vegas to work.
Was he working at the time?
Nowhere else, no.
And what was your arrangement?
He was working the convention there, the magic show, and when he returned...
What do you do for a living?
Your Honor, I have always, since she's known me, maintained an occupation as a basketball coach at the YMCA. I still work there today.
What were you doing in Las Vegas?
Oh, I model for a clothing company.
So you were modeling?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get paid?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. How much did you get paid? Do you remember?
Not entirely, not exactly. I think it was like $1,500, some give or take.
And who paid for all the expenses to Vegas?
To Vegas, she did.
Well, why didn't you compensate her for that?
When I got the news that I was going to Vegas, I had all my, they flew me out. They flew me out, they would room me, pay for airfare. I had a place to go. She decided that she wanted to go to Vegas. We sat down, we planned out the whole trip. Okay, when we got to Vegas, she, her and I would disagree, as usual, and she went one way and I went another. I stayed with a friend. That's it.
How many days were you there?
In the hotel room, I think I stayed 1 day.
Okay, how many days?
1.
Okay, so you put him out after 1 day?
No, he only stayed 1 night away from me. He tried leaving me in the middle of Las Vegas by myself. Yeah. So I tried catching a flight home, which would have costed me a lot more money than...
How did you get to Vegas? Did you fly?
Yeah.
You flew. Well, his ticket was paid for.
No, it wasn't. I have the credit card receipts right here.
Oh, well, she says it wasn't paid for. Did
Your
you
Honor,
get... Were you reimbursed by the company for your airfare there?
Normally they would have, but I opted to go with her since she wanted to go with me.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, he slipped. All right, how much was his plane ticket?
$345 for
his plane ticket. Okay. And how much was the hotel room?
$214.76.
For both of you?
No, I divided all the costs by 2.
So it's clear to me that you were compensated, Mr. Jordan, for that. If you weren't, you were paid $1,500, probably plus expenses. You got the check. I assume you got the check to cover your expenses as $559. So far, you're off $559 for this trip to Las Vegas. What else does he owe you for? Don't say anything else. I'm giving you, so far, every benefit of the doubt, more benefit of the doubt than I usually would give to somebody who acts so dumb. What else does he owe you for?
The rental car.
Listen to me. Leave Las Vegas. Get on to something else.
Doctor bill.
Now, tell me about the doctor bill.
Ethan abused me, and I had to go to the doctor's.
When?
5/8.
Tell me what happened on May 8th.
He kicked me in the ribs, broke 2 of my toes, threw me
Tell me about the argument.
I don't know what actually the argument was about.
And how did the verbal argument escalate into a physical argument?
He came dashing from the living room, charging at me.
And?
Threw me against the kitchen cabinets, picked me up, threw me on the floor, spit on my face, and kicked me in the ribs.
Did you call the police?
I called my friend to come get me.
Did you call the police?
Not at that point.
When, after May 8th, did you call the police and report it?
I had a personal protection order put out on him on July 22nd. I didn't call the police on that incident.
Why not?
I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry.
Mr. Jordan, you want to tell me what happened on May 8th?
Your Honor, I do remember the fight that we got into. I don't remember why I attacked her, but I do know that that was not the only incident that became physical between either one of us.
Did you suffer any injuries on May 8th, Mr. Jordan?
Oh, Your Honor, I've got scratches all over me, but I didn't go to Courtroom, I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that.
I see the doctor's report. Did you take her to the hospital, doctor, or whatever?
I don't remember her going to the hospital.
No, I took myself there, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Knockhart, after May 8th, you went back to live with him.
He started staying... No.
Are you telling me that between May 8th and June, which is when you said you separated, because you said you separated in June.
Correct.
You didn't live together at all?
I stayed at my mom's a lot more because...
I'm not asking you a lot more. I'm asking you at all, Miss Knockhart.
Not that day or not the next day.
What about the third day?
Yes.
And when you went back the third day, did you share a room together?
No.
Not ever. Between May 8th and June when he...
Yes. Once or twice.
Miss Knockhart,
yes.
I have no idea what this bill is for. This says that the closing date of the statement is May 8th. The doctor says that he saw you on April 23rd with regard to an assault. I would have assumed that if somebody broke your toes during the course of an assault, you would remember the month and date that it took place.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume that. Listen, are you her mother?
Yes, I am.
She lives by herself?
Yes.
How old is she?
25.
She's probably not old enough to live by herself.
No, she's more than capable. Her judgment in men aren't that good.
Her judgment isn't that good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
if you made 2 babies, it's your responsibility to put money into their households. If you can't afford a car yourself, you don't buy it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Knockhart says her ex-boyfriend Ethan Jordan beat her up and broke her ribs. She's also suing for a loan and a trip to Las Vegas.
Where are you living now, Mr. Jordan?
I live with my brother.
You pay him rent?
No.
Problem is not an answer.
No, ma'am, I don't.
Why not?
Because he's my brother. He helped me out of this relationship.
Does your brother work?
He's a doctor.
And you just told me a moment ago that you've been working continuously.
Yes, ma'am. I have 2 jobs myself.
What is it with you that you think that other people are supposed to take care of you?
I don't believe that.
I'm not talking about her. Let's forget her for a second.
Okay.
How old are you?
27.
Grow up. Responsibility. You're supposed to pay your way. You're not supposed to spend all the money that you make on clothes. Sir, do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Listen, your mother says that you have lousy judgment in men. You better start getting better judgment in men. So far, the only thing he owes you is $559 for the trip to Vegas. That's his expenses, because I think he was reimbursed those expenses and you expected them. I can't figure out whether you were assaulted or when you were assaulted or what it was all about, because you brought no proof of that. So, exercise better judgment in the future. That's my decision. Judgment for the plaintiff, $559. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
For her to let me live that long with her, drive her car, you know what I'm saying? She says I beat her up and she didn't make any kind of police report. It speaks for itself.
I think he just used me and he wanted somewhere to stay for free, and now he's found somewhere else to freeload.
The violent, tumultuous relationship. I didn't talk about how fish hook I was beat with, or you know what I'm saying, spoons and whatever that was thrown at me. So I'm just happy that it's all done over.
Of course he's got to make me look bad, because look at how he appeared in the courtroom. So
I wish her the best. I have no hard feelings for her, man. I hope she gets, you know, whatever's coming to her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Pam File versus Childers, step forward, please.
25-year-old nurse's assistant Maiva Pamphile is suing the father of her child, 26-year-old construction worker Dell Childers, for a loan. Dell says after the death of their child, Maiva kept the insurance money.
Ms. Pamphile, the defendant was your boyfriend. You had 2 children together. Unfortunately, or sadly, I read in your complaint that one of your children died. One of your sons. How old was he when he died?
10 months old.
This case involves an alleged loan. You claim that you lent the defendant a little over $2,000 to purchase a car that needed some repairs. Mr. Childers says you're just being mean. You collected $10,000 when your son died. You didn't share that with him, even though he feels as if he could have asked you to share that with him. He paid a lot of money over the years to you, and there was never any agreement to repay this money. That's your defense, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just curious, was there an insurance policy on your son?
Yes, ma'am.
Who took out that policy?
I did, ma'am.
How much was the funeral for your son?
$5,000.
Tell me about this loan to Mr. Childers.
Dell and I, we've been together off and on since 1996. He moved in January 2004, and he started looking around for a car. He said that he wanted to help me and his other child's mother take care of his kids. So he wanted to get a car.
That's really nice of him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He already owes $30,000 in child support, and I lent him $200 for a down payment so that he could secure the car, and he made arrangements with the owner to come back on the 10th when I could withdraw my money once I got paid again to give him another $2,100. So that was a total of $2,300. Once he got his car, he started coming in at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, not coming home. So, okay, I kicked him out because it wasn't working. So we waited a while. On the 24th, he kept calling me. He wanted to borrow some money to get an alternator.
How much more money did you give him?
Another $140.71 that I took out of my checking account using
Let's
my
hear you,
debit
sir.
card.
She used the word loan.
Just a second.
Those were...
Just shh. Do you owe her any money in child support?
I owe the state of California. I don't owe her. The whole time she had that policy out, the child support out on me, we were living together.
So, excuse me, what you're saying is during all the time that your children were born, the two of you were together, were living together?
Most of the time.
What happened when you weren't living with her? Were you sending her money for your boys?
No, but I was working and they were taking money out of my checks.
Do you have any proof of that, sir?
I didn't bring any today. I didn't think we would get that far into it.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
3 living children. So you had 4.
I have 2 living children. I have 3 altogether.
So you have 2 living children, and now the 2 living children are living in 2 separate homes. You're not living in either one of them. Is that right?
I am living in my youngest child's life right now.
And
He
when
was
did you
cheating on me with her.
Shh. And when did you start to live with that woman?
2 weeks ago.
Mr. Childers, it is difficult enough, sir, to raise a child as a single parent. You're not supposed to make it more difficult. You're not supposed to drain money out of that household. You're supposed to put money into the household. Do you understand?
Yes, and I've done that.
I don't care what you've done in the past, sir. That's what you're supposed to do. You made 2 children with this lady. You know, that's your responsibility.
And it is.
Anything can have children. Fish, frogs, camels, elephants. A lot of things have children. Even those animals take care of their children until they're old enough to be out on their own. All I'm suggesting to you is, if you made 2 babies, it's your responsibility to put money into their households, if you're not living there, in order to help support them. You're not supposed to be a drain on the household, and if you can't afford a car yourself, you don't buy it! You understand each other?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,300. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. All rise. And this is number 312 on the calendar in the matter of Norton versus Jackson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Mr. Norton, there was a time when you and Miss Jackson had a relationship. Is that right?
Yes.
According to your complaint, you had an argument. And during the course of that argument, Miss Jackson stabbed you with a knife.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no question that you were cut, you received stitches, you want her to pay for that assault.
Yes.
Miss Jackson says she was defending herself because you were in the process of assaulting her and you actually ran into the knife, which she had picked up for protection because you were hitting her. When did this assault take place, sir?
On the 19th of July.
Now, Miss Jackson has a counterclaim. Miss Jackson says that because of you assaulting her, and her defending herself, she was arrested, and she had to pay attorneys, and she had other costs. So she is counterclaiming for not only the costs of her defending herself, but also for the assault that she alleges you committed against her. Correct?
Yes.
All right. 19th of July, 2004?
Yes.
You were at her house. What were you doing at her house, Mr. Norton?
Well, she had called me on my cell phone, and she had just had a baby, and she had told me that the baby was mine. But the whole time when she was pregnant, she said she was pregnant by some Marine dude in California.
A submarine dude?
Yeah, some Marine guy. She brags about him all the time like he's the best person in the world. So anyway, I come over to see the baby. I'm like, I thought you said it was his. And she just had it, because before she had a baby, like a couple years ago, she had a baby, she said it was mine. And I took a blood test, it wasn't even mine. So she was doing it again, so I'm like, it's not mine. I went to go look at the baby, and I said it didn't look like me. So she gets mad, she tells me to get out of her house, excuse my language. So as I'm leaving, I'm going out the door, I turn around, she's coming at me with a knife. I put up my arm, and she stabs me in the arm. She stabbed me so hard, the knife broke. And I ran outside, and the ambulance had came and picked me up out the street. I was laying in the middle of the street.
All right, Ms. Jackson, you want to tell me your version of the events?
On the morning of July 19th, Mr. Norton was over at my house.
How did he get there?
He called me and told me that he couldn't get into his mother's house and asked me if he could spend the night. I don't even know Mr. Norton's telephone number at that time. Okay, so I said, sure. He came over that night. He spent the night. That morning, I was on the phone with my sister, and okay, so then I took the baby in there to lay him down. Then he said, quit making all the noise. I'm tired. I'm tired. I said, I know why you tired. You don't have no job no more. And then he jumps up, and he's like, don't be telling them bees my business. Came in my face. I'm in the bathroom. I was about to get in the bathtub. Then he pushed me, and I proceeded towards him to, move him. But he's punching me as I'm walking towards him. So I'm running out.
Where is he punching you?
He's punching me all here. He didn't ever hit me in my face. He just punched me in my body, my upper top of my body.
Now, were you dressed or undressed as you were going to take a bath?
No, I still had on my pajamas, a nightgown.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so then I took off running I just ran to the first place. I ran to the kitchen. There was a knife on the counter. He still hit me in the back as I'm running. I grabbed the knife, and I'm doing it like this, saying, Kevin could just get out my house and tell him to get out my house. And he wouldn't leave, and he came towards me, and that's when he got cut. I never swung the knife to cut him. I just held the knife out so he could leave. I could not run out the house because my children were in the house, in their room, asleep. And that's how it happened. Then he took off running out the door. And I did call the police, but his phone call got through before mine, or I don't know what happened. But
just a second. He ran out the door. He was cut.
I didn't know he was cut. Okay.
He ran out the door. He was cut.
Mm-hmm.
Who called the ambulance?
The police must have called the ambulance.
Oh, okay. Now, when did you call the police?
I called the police as soon as I shut the door and locked the door. I called them.
Okay. Did you call the police on your house phone?
No, I called off my cell phone.
Where was your cell phone?
It was on the couch.
You're her sister.
Yes, yes.
You sure you want to do this?
Yes.
I'd think twice about it. But if you're sure you want to do this, I'm ready for you.
Okay.
Step up here. Button your shirt.
It's oh.
It isn't buttoned. Did you go to a preliminary hearing when your sister was arrested?
No.
Did you ever tell a detective that you were on the phone with your sister during this altercation?
Yes.
That was a lie.
No,
No, that was a lie.
How was it a lie?
That was a lie. And I'm going to tell you how I know that was a lie.
How?
Because you just told me 2 seconds ago that you were going into the bathroom in your pajamas. You were still in your pajamas drawing a bath. I'm speaking, and he came into the bathroom, and you started to tussle with him, and you pushed him away from you.
I didn't push him away from me.
Yes, he started.
It's in the letter
I'm
statement
speaking.
that he wrote. He wrote me a letter.
Listen to me very carefully, madam.
Mm-hmm.
You said you pushed him away from you.
No, I ran. After he pushed me, I was running towards him.
And then you ran outside and you got a knife. And you held up the knife. And then he got cut. And then you went back to the couch to pick up a phone, which is where you told me the cell phone was, where you called the police. However, in your answer that I read very carefully, you say, the DA eventually dismissed the charges because my sister had stayed on the other end of the phone while this incident occurred.
Mm-hmm.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
It's in this letter. He even admitted to her that he knows I was on the phone. I was on the phone the whole time. He wrote me a letter stating.
You mean to tell me that the phone was in the bathroom?
I was on the phone.
In the bathroom getting ready to take a bath?
On the bathroom. I ran my bath. But I was
just a second. How did the phone then get on the couch?
Because I threw it down as I was running.
Let me see the letter.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Her last baby, she named after me, and it wasn't even mine. And this one, she's supposed to be with some Marine dude.
Yours, though, so what are you talking about?
I try to keep the players straight, folks.
And later today,
After I picked her up, I noticed the bruises.
On her face.
Yes, ma'am.
There was something else that you found. You found a bite mark.
It was on her left forearm.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kevin Naughton claims ex-girlfriend Glory Jackson stabbed him in the arm. Kevin says Glory freaked out when he denied being the father of her child.
This doesn't say we were on the phone with your sister.
He said, I did not know you were on the phone with your sister.
And telling her your business. This doesn't say you were on the phone with your sister during the course of the incident.
That's what he's talking about in the letter.
Listen to me. That's not what it says. What else do you want to say?
I guess that's it.
No, not you.
Oh.
You.
I was on the telephone with her when I heard his voice, and I was asking her who that was. And she told me his name, and I said, who? She said, it's the guy that his relative lives next door to my mom. Yes. And I said, oh, okay, because I had met him before.
Yes.
And then, but he was cursing and yelling and everything in the back, and I was asking her why. Then the phone dropped, and it went dead. So I was on the telephone with her.
You didn't hear anything of this incident, is that right?
No, I heard him cursing at her, calling her the B word, slut, and all those type of things. Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
All right, I was gonna say that she stabbed me so hard the knife broke. So it wasn't like I just ran into it. She came like this.
Did you go to the doctor after this assault? Not you. Okay. I know you did. Did you go to the doctor after this assault?
No, I was arrested.
Well, when you're arrested, they take photographs of you if you have bruises on your body.
I don't have bruises. Don't usually show up till a few hours later. I didn't have any bruises.
You mean he was punching you and hitting you and you didn't have any marks?
No.
You have a police report, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
You want to see my medical bills, too?
Yeah. You have any police report you want me to read?
I have a police report from a previous incident that we had.
I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
If you have a previous incident with him, madam, then you don't invite him over to your house to stay over.
I didn't invite him. He called me and asked me if he could stay there till the morning.
Huh. Did you tell him that you thought this baby was his?
No, I did not. His auntie told him that she thought that my baby was his. We were not even messing around at that time. He wanted it to be his very badly, as stated in the letter, so we can be a family, work it out. Oh. Yeah, that's what you said. You know you did.
What do you want to say, sir?
Man, I ain't never told her that. She named her last baby. She named after me, and it wasn't even mine. And this one, she's supposed to be with some Marine dude.
I told you it wasn't yours, though. So what are you talking about?
I try to keep the players straight, folks. Got to keep the players straight. All right, you had medical bills of $817. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. Your counterclaim, madam, for false arrest is dismissed. I believe that your sister's full of baloney. I don't think that your sister heard anything that involved an assault, heard anything involving punching, hitting, or whatever. She may have heard him curse at you. She may have. I mean, I read what happened on that day. According to him, he told a totally consistent story with what happened that he told today. And he told that at the point where he was bleeding from his arm. He hardly had enough opportunity to make up a good story. You, on the other hand, did. Your counterclaim is dismissed. That's all.
All right, excuse me, step out.
She was cool at first until I said it wasn't mine and she flipped the script.
I told him that the baby wasn't his. It was a question, but I told him that it wasn't.
I'm through with him.
He always want to be over there and just be with me. I don't know. Just had a baby, so we wasn't finna have no sex.
I can show you my cell phone. She called me last night and at the airport.
He got his little money now. Maybe he can go get him something with his broke self.
She probably called me right after this.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ward versus Stretch. Step forward, please.
27-year-old bill collector Dekhiye Ward is suing military technician Tommy Stretch for unpaid babysitting fees, lost wages, and defamation of character. Tommy claims Dekhiye abused his 11-month-old daughter.
Are you in the military, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
What branch of the military?
I'm in the Navy.
At the time of this incident, your daughter was 11 months old?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Ward, you were a child care provider on the Navy base?
I was, yes.
It is your claim that Mr. Stretch made a report to Child Protective Services. That report, you claim, was filed maliciously by Mr. Stretch and or his wife, causing you lost income. You are suing him for that lost income and for defamation.
Correct.
Mr. Stretch says that he was obligated to file that because he felt as if his child was inadequately cared for at your facility. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't deny that you filed the report?
No, ma'am, I did.
When did you bring your daughter to Mrs. Ward's home?
It was September of last year.
And how long did Miss Ward babysit for your daughter?
The original contract was for 3 days. The incident occurred in the middle of the second day.
Now, in the middle of the second day, what happened, Miss Ward?
His child was a little cranky the whole day. She was laid down for a nap.
How many other children were you caring for that day?
3.
How old were they?
2 2-year-olds and a 1-year-old.
And how many assistants did you have that day?
None.
Did you bring the baby to her house or did your wife?
No, ma'am, my wife dropped her off.
What time?
I don't remember. I believe it was around 7:30.
And what time did you get a call that something had happened with your daughter?
My wife called me approximately between 1 and 1:30.
What time did you discover what you claim was 2 little red marks on the child's face?
At 12:30 when the child woke up from a nap.
Aside from these 2 little red marks on the child's face, I assume you have photographs of that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it.
I have a video.
There was something else that was discovered when you went to pick up your daughter. What was that?
After I picked her up, I noticed the bruises. I asked Miss Ward, what happened. She explained to me her side of it. And
which was?
The child laid down for a nap and she had overalls on. And apparently she was very cranky. She wasn't feeling too well. So while she was getting comfortable, she laid apparently on the button on her overall. And that's what caused the 2 little marks. Where the
That's what you think?
Correct, that's what I think.
It's possible. Mm-hmm. It's also possible she got hit. Now, there were periods of time, for instance, when you went to the bathroom, that you weren't in the room with the toddlers. So it's possible that somebody else hit her. One of the other children hit her, right?
Right.
But according to what I read in the complaint, there was something else that you found. You found a bite mark.
Yes, ma'am. It was on her, I believe it was on her left forearm. I asked Miss Ward about it, why she hadn't said anything to me about it, and it was quite apparent from her response that she had no idea it was there.
How do you explain the bite mark?
When he showed me the bite mark, it did not appear to me that it was done that day.
Why?
It wasn't red.
it just didn't look to me like it was done that day. I have children, and I kind of took a judgment on that. You know, at that time...
Maybe it was done the day before.
Could have possibly been.
You have other children?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, let me see the video, please.
Bruises from daycare on my child. Left cheek right by the eye. 2 bruises. One nearest her eye with the cut in the middle. This is the outfit she was wearing. That show that better. Daycare provider claims my daughter was sleeping in a crib, and that these buttons, which are smooth metal buttons, said she claimed she slept on them, and that they bruised her face. My daughter also has on her left forearm bite marks, which are starting to go away. The other mark that was left on her is right next to her right ear and on part of her right earlobe.
Pretty little girl. Okay. You did not, I assume, bring your daughter back to Miss Ward.
No, ma'am, I did
after
not.
that. So she was with you for about a day and a half. Is that right?
She left at 2:30. Our contract ended at 3:30, so almost 2 days, yes.
Okay. And at some point, you called Child Protective Services.
Yes, ma'am.
So?
Okay. He called Child Protective Service a month later. There were several discrepancies in the allegations made. On September 30th, I received a call from my monitor stating that Mr. Stretch was at the Child Resource and Referrals Office looking for daycare. At that point, he stated that his child got hurt in my home, and that day I called them to come pick up their child immediately, which was not true.
So what?
Okay.
You mean you don't think that they have the right and the obligation to call and report your negligence? Child was clearly hurt at your facility.
Right, and I don't deny that.
When you have 4 babies that you're taking care of, you need an extra pair of hands. You have an absolute right and an obligation to say, I don't think she watched my child well enough. So why are you here?
All right. On that day, the doctor advised him to take pictures and call Child Protective if he felt it was necessary. I think he noticed that the bite marks did not occur in my house, but like you said, it could have happened in my home. Okay, fine. He insinuated...
Well, listen to me. He didn't bite his daughter.
No. No, it was a child.
And it was a child, and he doesn't have any other children.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyhow, that day, the doctor, he insinuated that the child was hit with knuckles when he called Child Protective Services. And another day, he said that the child looked like she was slapped. So there were several discrepancies made on what actually...
He doesn't know what happened. It happened on your watch.
Correct.
You want him to do everything right? Is that what you want?
No, I don't feel like...
Miss Ward, I don't know why you're here, madam.
All right.
I would keep this very, very... I certainly wouldn't expose this to a national audience. Are you still doing daycare?
No, ma'am.
That's a very good thing. Your case is dismissed. That's all. Goodbye.
The parties are excused. You may step out.
He insinuated the child was slapped, punched.
Found in the matter of Biggert versus Reed. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. Biggert, the defendant is your former wife, and it is your claim that since you've been divorced, separated, and under a child support order, you have overpaid some $3,500 in child support.
Yes.
You say that it was not an overpayment, the money was used for the children, and there was some sort of an agreement for him to pay you additional money. You have a counterclaim for $700 because you say he was ordered to pay $700 in attorney's fees for some sort of a custody proceeding the two of you were involved with, and he did not pay that amount. When were you divorced?
1988.
And you have 2 children?
Yes.
How old are they?
Howard is 18 and Sarah is 16.
And what was the child support order?
It was approximately $1,200 per month.
And during what period of time did you overpay?
I'm assuming it was over the whole period because when I received the paperwork from the court, it just said we did an investigation from the time you started paying child support until the end of August.
So over a 13-year period?
Yes.
And you can't definitively say over what period of time you made these overpayments.
No.
Should have kept better records. Was the overpayment agreed to be reimbursed by the defendant at any time in court?
I was not aware there was an overpayment until I received the paperwork from the court saying they had done an investigation into the child
Let
support.
me see the piece of paper you received. At the time you received this order, it indicates that $3,573.85 was overpaid over the course of 13 years.
Yes.
I'll hear you.
All the money that I got was spent on the kids.
Were you aware of the fact, Mrs. Reed, that you were being overpaid?
Not at the time, no, because the checks always fluctuated.
When did you become aware that you were receiving too much money?
About a month and a half ago when I got it through the mail.
And when did you become aware of the fact, sir, that you had overpaid child support?
When I received that notice in the mail from the
When
court.
did you remarry, Mrs. Reed?
May of this year.
Prior to that, both children lived with you?
Yes.
And did your former husband see the children regularly?
No.
Did you see the children?
At times, but not.
You have a reasonable relationship with your children?
Yes.
Do either of your children live with you now?
I have custody of my daughter.
And how old is she?
16.
Which she does not live with him.
Who does she live with?
My second ex-wife.
Do you pay child support to your second ex-wife?
I reimburse her for any expenses that she incurs for my daughter, or I pay the expenses directly.
Under what circumstances did your daughter leave your home?
I think it was because I finally got help raising the kids, and I think it was too structured and she didn't like it.
Do you work?
Oh, yes. I have a beauty salon.
Are you under a current child support order for your 16-year-old daughter?
No.
How come?
Well, probably when she went to live with her dad, it was all of a sudden, and I was told she was moving in with her father. 3 weeks later, I find she's living with her stepmother. So I was not very happy about that. And no one's ever requested child support from me. But as my income compared to his income, I don't think there would be much anyways.
I'm not so sure.
Well,
how many children do you have?
5.
How many children do you have?
2.
I guarantee you if somebody requested child support, you would pay it.
Oh, definitely.
What kind of income did you have at the time that the children were living with you?
It was about $11,000 a year. So it was like all I could do to keep us in the house that we bought together when we were married, but I wanted to keep the kids where they were raised.
I want to do a calculation for you, Mr. Biggert. Maybe it will make you feel better. Difference of $3,500 over the 13-year period. Do you know what that comes out to, Mr. Biggert? $22 a month.
Yes.
Or $5 a week. So nobody got rich on that difference. And quite frankly, I don't feel justified in saying to the defendant, who really didn't know that she had received an overpayment, now you have to come up with $3,500. Unless you can tell me that you don't think that she spent that $5 a week, at least in part, on the children.
Well, I think, Your Honor, that she's probably spent more than that, and I spent more than that over that 13-year period myself.
Right. That's a good thing. Okay. You want to tell me about this counterclaim that you have?
Yes, I've got information that he was to pay for our son being custody changed last year. It was ordered that he pay me the amount of $900.
$900 for what?
The attorney fees for the custody.
What happened with that custody proceeding?
Well, actually, my son come back to live with us, with LG and I, and the 900 attorney fees, it says here, was to be paid to me to pay my lawyer. And so far, Herb's paid 200 of it, and said he would pay me, or if I paid the other 700, he would deduct it from the 3,500 that I owed, and he would only be suing me for the 2,800.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't feel that was correct.
What did you feel was correct?
When the court order, because I have a court order here stating that he's to pay it.
You have a court order that he was to pay $900 for your attorney, and he's got a court order that says that he's supposed to pay so much for child support. He overpaid you in child support. You want me to give more recognition to your order than to his?
No.
So why should he pay you a penny?
Real cases, real people, Judge Judy. Herbert Biggert says ex-wife Kim Reed owes for the return of child support. Herbert claims he overpaid and Kim kept the money.
Go ahead.
This was supposed to be paid back in January, and it was not paid. So
I understand. Well, that's your counterclaim. He's what?
Your Honor, if I might, you said yourself we were talking about $5 a week over 13 years.
Right. But it accumulates to $3,500.
Exactly.
Right.
This court order was basically after the fact as far as paying the attorney fees from a change of custody. That's why the countersuit.
When was the order?
January 9th, 2001.
Okay. No, he was still paying child support in January of 2001, sir.
Yes.
He was still overpaying child support in January of 2001.
But we didn't know until now.
I understand that. But for you to suggest that I'm going, or anyone would order him to pay you $700 or $900 for your attorney's fees when you have collected $3,500 in excess of this child support award, even over 13 years, is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Especially, Ms. Reed, since, and I don't know all of the facts, but you have a 16-year-old for whom you are paying zero support.
Because I was never ordered yet.
Miss Reed, if a man said that to me in court, I don't have to pay child support because I was never ordered to pay it, I would wipe up the floor with them. You don't have to be ordered to pay support for a minor child. That's your obligation. That's your obligation as a parent.
But I do not have the funds that he has. And
doesn't make any difference.
But if my daughter needs something, I do go get her and take her.
No. You don't have to have the same funds that he has. Child support obligations are supposed to be fair. And you have perhaps less funds than he does, and he has more obligations than you do.